Hey y'all. I honestly would like to apologize for my appearance, but I kind of feel like I've put videos of myself out there where I looked a lot worse. So, it is what it is. But I do have a video that I would like to talk about. It's November. My birthday was in October, but I'm 20. And I kind of like the video that I did, the 19 things I've learned at 19. So I'm gonna do 20 things I learned at 20, even though, I just turned 20, so I had got some time. So, can't say it's been a full 20 years of living, but I've been on the search for 20 years. So we're just gonna get started. Okay, it's 2:36 and I gotta be up at 10. So we're just gonna get into this. The first thing that I've learned is that people hold their own truths. I'm gonna try to keep the video short, so maybe not elaborate as much, but I will elaborate on this one. I think in my last video I said ultimately everything, but not really everything, is subjective, which is true, but it's not true. Like that was like a total oxymoron. But anyways, people hold their own truths, so you gotta look at multiple sides of the story. Now, I mean, there are truths that should be like self-evident to everybody. It's not, but where was I going with this? Oh, it helps me put things into perspective, and it really makes me think about how I treat other people. So that's one thing that I've learned, is that everyone has their own truth, and sometimes you can't judge people based off of what they perceive to be right and wrong to them. Does that make any sense? I hope it does. If it doesn't, well, it doesn't. I swear, every time I record a video, my camera's about to die. But we're gonna keep going until my camera dies, and then we'll just pick this up when we pick it up the next time. The second one is, people will always have something to say, without even seeing the full story. Take that how you will. Sometimes you can never do anything right. I mean, I guess you have to get to a certain point where you can't let that get to you ultimately. I mean, sometimes what they have to say might be not positive, but negative, but like constructive criticism to help you grow better. But sometimes people just talk back, and that's just kind of life, honestly. Like, if you let it get to you, then it kind of turns into a personal problem. But, don't let it get to you. That's what I try to work on. Not all the way there yet. Sometimes I might come out of things feeling some type of way, but it's a growing process. So number 3, going on from the previous thing that I've learned, I learned personally to not speak on things that I don't know about myself. So, because if you don't know me like that, then maybe you wouldn't know, but I kind of feel like I'd be talking a lot of trash sometimes, and then I really had to check myself, because I don't always know people's situations, and I'll see something, like I might say something about somebody, never, like I don't think I'm the type of person to start stuff about them or talk mess about them to other people, but I might like have certain thoughts in my head, like, wow, so and so really don't have their life together, but then I don't see what they go through. Sometimes God has to check me and show me what they be going through, and then I'm like, Adjure, chill. So, camera's still dying, guys. Number 4, self-validation can be extremely hard, but it's really important. And honestly, I don't give myself enough self-validation, and I hope that in my 20s I learn to give myself a lot more self-validation. I got a shirt, and you know what? I'm gonna just start letting it manifest that I'm a pretty brown thing. So and that's so corny, but y'all don't know. Alright, this is number 5. Sometimes having an unpopular opinion means being unbiased, and being your own person isn't always welcomed in many atmospheres, especially when you become an adult, and so many platforms. I mean, I'm only 20, but I really come across many points in my life where it's like, I don't know, making decisions for yourself. I mean, you're encouraged to do so, but if it's not a decision that the crowd makes, then you're ridiculed for it. Oh, it's really brutal out there. But just learn that, You have a good head on your shoulders, so you have to know that it's okay to make those decisions for yourself, and it's okay to have an unpopular opinion. Sometimes, yeah, I'm gonna just leave that there. Just know that it's okay to be unbiased and have an unpopular opinion. Point blank, period. Number 6, this is a true one for me as well. Fight or flight is a real and effective response. When you get to college, I used to have an issue, and I still kind of am working on that, but I dwell on a lot of things, especially when it comes to academics. There have been many times where I have struggled academically in college. I have a pretty good GPA, so don't worry about me. But honestly, I think last year compared to this year, I had spent a lot of time dwelling on the fact that I was not doing okay, as opposed to keeping that fighting mentality. And Andrea, you gotta keep pushing, because sitting here crying in the middle of the night is not gonna get you a B-. So, you know what I'm saying? And you should shoot higher for B-, but ultimately, you gotta, think on your toes. It's really hard, but I think when you start to do that and you start to give yourself, what do I want to say? When you start to keep that fight or flight response to things, especially the fighting part, and like keep going at it and keep striving and not quitting, it pays off in the long run. It truthfully does. Take my word for it, or don't. Number 7, when you discredit yourself, you give people an opportunity to discredit you. That's it. Number 8, this is something that I've learned about myself. It's something that I'm trying to work on. I am extremely apologetic. I say I'm sorry way too much, and it's kind of to the point where, like, I mean, it's been like this for a while, so most people aren't surprised by it anymore, but people really be on me about that. Like, chill. My dad used to tell me that all the time when I was younger. It's a shame how your parents can tell you something and you really don't like take heed to that until somebody your age tells you something. Isn't that crazy? Like, why did I have to wait to get to college? Anyways, I apologize too much. This is something else that I'm trying to work on, but number 9, comparison to others, especially in a negative light, can stunt your growth. And honestly, you should be your only competition. So I'm trying to work on that too. I'm a work in progress. Number 10, organization actually works. I'm not the most organized, but compared to last year, I am way more organized, and it really has helped me become a better person. Like, I'm way more on top of things than I was last year. Not that I wasn't on top of things, but yeah. Number 11, honestly, this is honestly like, and it's not something that I just now learned, but it's becoming more and more relevant to my life. I've said this so many times before, but it is just so real. Do not put anything past anybody. Honestly, that's just what it is. Like, take it how you want to take it, but don't put anything past anybody. It sets you up for less disappointment, just in many situations. Like Bob Marley said, your worst enemy could be your best friend, and your best friend your worst enemy. And I mean, hopefully nothing will be that drastic in my life. Nothing has been that drastic in my life, but seriously, just don't put anything past anybody. That's just, it is what it is. Don't put anything past me, past you, past him, past her. Honestly, don't. This is one that I'm still learning too, number 12, especially when it comes to my mom. I'm so sorry, Mom. But everything does not need a response. I'm really trying to teach myself that, become more obedient. I didn't know that. I really didn't learn that a lot in my teenage years. I hope that I've become better about that. Everything doesn't need a response, because I'm willing to go back and forth with somebody. Number 13, yes, it is very hard not caring about what others think about you, but when you stop caring so much about what others think about you, life becomes so much less stressful. Like, honestly, I'm still one who cares a lot about certain things or how I come off to other people, but some days I get to a point where it's like, I really do not owe anyone an explanation. And when you like take that stress off of you and take off, the I don't know, the feeling that you owe someone an explanation about what you do or why you do something. Like, girl, let me tell you, like, you can go to sleep at night, honestly. So stop caring so much about others. I cannot talk. Stop caring so much about what other people think about you. Number 14, accountability requires maturity. So, you know, you gotta be really mature to hold yourself accountable, because it's so easy to use other people's actions to justify why you should or should not be able to do something. And honestly, in my opinion, that is very stupid. That is very childish. I'm not saying that I don't do it, because I have, but I really, like, I gotta be real with myself. I was very stupid and I was very childish. Like, point blank period. Hold yourself accountable for your actions. Like, no excuse. I can tell you what an excuse is, but I'm not gonna waste my time. Number 15, this is very strange but very true. You can be selfish and not love yourself. And I'm not really sure how that works. But it's I've seen it many times. So yeah, that's true. Number 16, I'm gonna sugarcoat this one, but holding crap in, both figuratively and literally, is very unhealthy. When you hold stuff in, it really messes with you, messes with your brain, it messes with your heart, messes with your intestines, and yeah. So don't hold stuff in, please don't. I mean, be careful about how you release it to other people, both figuratively and literally. Hopefully you don't release your literal excrements. Anyways, yeah, don't hold stuff in. It will eat you alive. Yeah. This is number 17, and it kind of ties into my last video, kind of like this one that I made. I said people make time for who and what they want. Well, to, you know, piggyback off of that, people will justify, excuse, and make accommodations for who they want. So sometimes it's not even about making time, but just the way that life is. Remember how I said being unbiased can be very unpopular? Well, some people will have biases against you or even for you. Like, sometimes they'll do, but in both situations you have to recognize that that is not always right. Honestly, I can't really think that it is right at all, honestly, because it's crazy. And I've seen, like, I've been on both ends of the spectrum where people have kind of done stuff in my favor, and honestly, and I know sometimes I can be hard on myself, but just, if we're looking at it, you know, with no biases whatsoever, like, it was not right. Like, I was very undeserving of them, you know, making that accommodation for me. But in the same, like, turnaround, I can't put my words together. I've seen people do stuff for other people that they haven't done for me. And I've seen adults do this too. And it's literally just because they like them or stuff like that. Like, you're not always gonna be the favorite, and sometimes you're gonna be somebody's favorite. And to be honest, there's some situations where having a favorite is just inappropriate. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but I feel like there's somebody who's catching my drift. I mean, we could talk about this more if we really, like, if you want to, you know, but if you get what I'm saying, then we're right here. Because, yeah, people will accommodate who they want to accommodate. Point blank period. This is number 18 that I've learned. Everything is not about you. And I'm not even saying that to you, but, you know, Adjure, everything's not about you. So I feel like once you learn that, I don't know, you pretty straight. That's about it. Like, you know. All right, this is number 19. I was 19 a couple of months ago. I was 19 for the last month. It does not hurt to smile, because despite what you feel that you may or may not be going through, we are all very blessed. Like, honestly, I'm alive to be able to tell you guys this, so that's a blessing in itself. So honestly, it does not hurt to smile, and I should smile more often. Yeah, that's it. This is not the final thing that I've learned, but it's number 20, and we're going to stop at 20 because it's almost 3 o'clock. There is nothing wrong with being an introvert, and that is what it is. It does not mean that you, and we're not even going to get into this because I feel like I've said this so many times, or maybe I haven't said it enough. It's another discussion for another time. But being an introvert does not mean that you cannot interact with others, because I think I interact with others pretty well. I could put some videos. I always say that I'll put a link in the description box, and I never put links in the description box, but we're just gonna cut it right there. There's nothing wrong with being to yourself. I didn't think that I was gonna do it, but I finished all 20 things before my camera died. Yeah, I'm pretty busy with like school and band, and honestly I would say everything else, but I really don't have much time for everything else. So I'm so glad that I can make this. Because it's almost like a minute from 3 o'clock, I most likely will not post this until like later on. Will it still be November when I post it? I don't know. But it was really nice to make another video, because I miss doing this stuff, and I be having so much to talk about, and I never can find someone to just talk about it to. Not like that. That sounded shady, but it really wasn't. So yeah, I'm glad that I was able to make this video. I hope wherever you are in life, whoever's watching this, that you guys are having a wonderful time. Yeah, that's about it. See you guys on the flip side, I guess.